I mean, one in possession with intent to deliver, somebody selling drugs. The thefts, many of the thefts are probably based, that doesn't necessarily mean those folks are from here. Like with the battery thefts, we had 2 batteries stolen from the township garage. Now, was it the same people that have been stealing all the tractor batteries through East Findlay and West Virginia? Maybe not, pretty good chance. And pretty good chance they're selling them for weight, they're selling them for money. I don't think you have a particularly bad problem here, but it exists. We have We have 39 open investigations since the beginning of January. We have about a 70% closure rate, which I think is pretty decent. But of those 39, four of them are drug arrests that we're waiting for lab results to file the charges on. So out of roughly 130 crimes that we've investigated, 4 of them are drug specific, or of the drug specific, yeah. So I don't think the percentage is high. Everybody knows each other here. Everybody knows when somebody has a problem. You've got a couple little pockets, but I don't think it's particularly bad. I mean, no worse than it is, not as bad as it is a lot of other places. But that's just that's an opinion, that's nothing else.
Well, I think what you see today, though, is these people are involved with drugs and, you know, everything else that goes on are beginning to look and say, you know, where are these soft targets at? The soft targets are little communities like ours, out where we have rural people and we have people that have money and have stuff out in the community, you know, that can get hit, you know, and there's nothing we can do to stop it, I guess.
Well, I think we do. I understand what you're saying. I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with it. But I think we do. I think we have presence. I think we have a high closure rate on the crimes that are reported and the things that occur here. We follow through with stuff. I mean, we had some guys break into the laundromat at Claysville. Guy was from Massillon, Ohio. We got warrants for him. I just called before the meeting to check the status of the warrant. I mean, we spent, it would have been the equivalent literally of days, maybe weeks, investigating that, finding out who did it, running him down, using lab services. I mean, that gets around. You know, I mean, you come here, we may not catch you, but we're gonna make an effort to do it. And we have been. Unfortunately, it reflects on whether you see us on daylight, sitting at the intersection, or this stuff all takes time. It's an investment like anything else. But we do have presence as well. We have cars out there during the peak hours where folks can see them. And I think we are doing something about it.
Oh, I'm not saying you're not doing
No, and that's what I said. It's not a defensive statement.
Right.
I mean, I think there is things we could do. We could increase presence.
Yeah, I think, you know, just, like you're saying, a lot of it is just simply community awareness. Watching for our next door neighbors, seeing what's going on, watching, you know, we have a lot of transient people as it is, because, and I'm not picking on the oil company, or the oil people, or the coal people, or anybody else. The interstate alone brings in hundreds of people in transit.
Sure.
That look at what, you know, look at us and say.
But this community has always been right along 40 and right along 70. I mean, that's something you guys have always, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that I think I'd like it to be better, but I think all in all, I think we're okay as far as the drug program goes.
Okay, thank you.
Do you have any other questions? Doug, office?
Nothing to report, just normal business items. Continue to tighten the belt, continue to cut expenses where we can. Sharon's been working on the budget based upon our budget workshop that we had. And we'll present tonight a preliminary plan. And then fine tuning can be done on the preliminary plan, and final 2018 budget will be proposed for December. That's all we have to report.
Public comment on items on the agenda. Go ahead.
It wasn't on the agenda until you passed the motion. Gary Sweat resigned. I don't know why he resigned, but he resigned. I don't know the reasons. and I don't understand the effort to bring him back, either from the board that you want to bring him back and his agreement to want to come back. What was the resignation all about?
Need to ask him. I can't tell you, I don't, we have a letter that he presented us, and that's all we have. As part of the letter, he agreed to continue to serve us to the end of the year in the capacity that we approved tonight.
Is then the motion that you just passed then temporary to the end of the year as he had
The
inferred?
solicitor is up for approval every January.
I'm sorry?
The solicitor is up for approval every January.
Okay,
That's practice.
All right.
That's law.
okay.
Any other public comment? Okay. Motion to approve the minutes. Go ahead, JD.
I once again would like to reserve my First Amendment right to speak on the items on the agenda as they're addressed. I assume that would be denied as usual,
It will be.
okay? And I think it would be a noble thing to do to have a moment of silence for all the victims of the tragedy in Texas over the weekend. I was gonna state that at the beginning of the meeting, but I have the opportunity to, but I think that would be a nice thing to do. Horrible thing that happened.
So moved.
Any other public comment? Okay. Approval of the minutes. Following minutes are submitted for approval: October 11th, 2017, special meeting bid opening, October 11th, 2017, regular meeting, October 18th, 2017, and October 19th, 2017, special meeting. Motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
How you vote?
Mr. Healy?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Prescott?
Yes.
Announcements, there are none. Additions to the agenda, any?
No, I don't have anything.
Financial report, motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
So moved.
Second.
How you vote?
Mr. Healy?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Prescott?
Yes.
Background, the following funds transfers and payments are recommended. The final Peterbilt payment is to be made from liquid fuels in the amount of $25,696.15. Earlier in the year, the final payment on the F-550 in the amount of $16,468.93 was made from the general fund. Approved recommended to reimburse the general fund for the payment from the liquid fuels. Motion to approve A, final payment of the Peterbilt being made from liquid fuels fund in the amount of $25,696.15.
So moved.
Second.
How you vote?
Mr. Healy?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Prescott?
Yes.
Motion B, to approve reimbursement of the general fund $16,468.93 from liquid fuels.
So moved.
Second.
How you vote?
Mr. Healy?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Prescott?
Yes.
Got it on?
Yep.
Old business, previously tabled items. Background, the board previously tabled the following motions regarding C, a proposed ordinance.
Let's see D and E, I don't know why the computer decided to re-letter those,
Okay,
but they're A, B, and C.
A, B, and C.
It's really weird.
A proposed ordinance has been drafted and advertised to create a zoning hearing board for Donegal Township. B, the township has advertised for citizens willing to serve on the zoning hearing board. C, the township has advertised for applicants for the position of zoning officer. Motion to table motions A, B, and C, previously tabled items until December 4th, 2017 public hearing.
So after that, yeah. So moved.
Second.
How you vote?
Freely.
Yes.
Vote yes, Mr. Prescott.
Yes.
Background, and Planning Commission had previously recommended approval of the Kenneth Boone subdivisions, subject to changes being made to reflect the subdivision was for a non-building lot. Motion to approve the Kenneth Boone subdivision as a non-building lot.
So moved.
Second.
How you vote?
Freely.
Yes.
I vote yes, Mr. Prescott.
Yes.
Background, the board had previously tabled a request from Comcast for the right-of-way at 727 Old National Pike, Claysville, pending further information. Motion to approve, deny, or table Comcast request for the right-of-way.
Sharon, can we get information from them? We don't know anything more about what they want. Yeah, do you know what they want? We
I
don't
thought they
know.
already did what they wanted to do.
Done already.
Yeah, they didn't put nothing on it, they just ran a line down and took it up along 70.
Oh, okay, well, this is nothing for us, let's table it then, if you have in mind. A motion to table.
Second.
How you vote? I vote yes.
Mr. Ely, I vote yes, Mr. Prescott?
Yes.
To table?
Yes.
Thank you.
New business. Blair Construction was awarded the bid to construct the maintenance storage building at 727 Old National Pike, Claysville. Blair has requested the initial payment of $17,750.
Is it 17,750, what?
15,750, I'm sorry.
I thought you said
17.
Yeah, I see it, but yeah, but I was thinking, it said 15,000, I was thinking, he told us 17.
I think he did too.
Yeah, I think it's a different number he gave us. Yeah, you don't list the amount in here, you just want the attachment. Yeah, 15,750 is what it says. But he said 17 something, then I think, yeah. Okay, leave it what it is,
What was attached to the email he sent out was 15,750.
yeah. Okay,
So the 15,750 is the correct number?
yes.
Initial payment of $15,750 on the contract as reviewed by the township engineer. Completion of the project is anticipated prior to the end of the year. Motion to approve Blair's payment request of $15,750 to be submitted to Nathan Boytek of Washington County for processing.
So moved.
Second.
How you vote?
Mr. Ely?
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Prescott?
Yes.
Citizen Library Washington has requested their annual contribution. Funds have been budgeted. Motion to approve the contribution of $250 to Citizens Library.
I actually think they requested $225, but I don't think you can go wrong spending an extra $25. I'll move that we contribute $250 to Citizens Library.
Second.
How you vote?
Mr. Ely?
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Prescott?
Yes.
Planning Commission has recommended approval of the Ethan Ward subdivision on Crane Road. Motion to approve the Ward subdivision.
So moved.
I would have a question about that based on what we brought up earlier about signatures and having the package sent back to the county. Can we approve that before that's all done?
Yes, that's what we got. That's continuation of the process. I'll
Okay.
already approved it. So the
Right.
planning commission approves, and now it's, now you guys need to approve it on May 6th.
All right, then I'll second the motion.
How you vote?
What was the question about on this? I know there was a question. Kathy, can you elaborate a little bit?
I question whether he could just do a visual inspection.
On
And
your
they-
on your residual.
on the residual, and yes, they can now. And that's when he brought up all this
All the other
other
things.
stuff, wanting to know if planning commission had signed off and everything that needs to be done, and it has to be sent back to him to get,
That was the Washington County Sewage
yeah,
Council.
to get the sewage permit from DEP. The sewage authority gets that. And he also said that that Mylar should not be signed and given back to the property owner until you just have a copy of the sewage permit. That's why he's, because I never heard of any of that stuff, and that's why he's coming to the meeting to explain these sewage planning modules and what our responsibility is for them.
I've been saying for a long time that Nottingham Township should pull out of the sewage co-op. But we're still in it, and you can't,
I don't know, DEP was pretty hard to deal with too.
well, yeah. And you can't pull out of that co-op unless you give them 12 months' notice. So,
I thought we did that back after I went to that
we
meeting.
talked about it
Oh,
at that time.
So you
Yeah.
never sent the letter for the 12 month to withdraw?
Well, we couldn't come up with 2 sewage officers. You have to have an SEO and a backup SEO, and
I thought that had been solved with Buffalo.
we got one. Yeah, we did have one sewage officer that from Buffalo that said they would, because Buffalo Township also at that time there was some interest in them not getting out of the co-op, but it seems to be the Washington County Sewage Council kind of have a lock on sewage enforcement officers, and there's just not a lot of them out there. So, when you sign up with the Washington County Sewage Council, you have to follow their guidelines. That's part of the agreement. So, I suppose that's what Mr. Wright's gonna go over when he comes out and tell us how we're not following the rules, I guess.
Yeah, I've already heard that lecture, so I might skip that meeting.
I may miss it all stuff.
Yeah, but if we're not gonna do the
We need
planning
to follow, we
sewage,
need to,
if we're not gonna do
We
them
need to follow
properly,
the
why are we
regulations.
even bothering?
yeah, we need to follow the regulations if we're.
No, we did not.
Yeah, no, I said we need to follow the regulations
Yeah.
if we're gonna belong to the Sewage Council. We have to follow their regulations, that's, I agree. Yeah,
How you vote?
so where this thing stands, is, do we know the process? Sharon, do we know the process? What,
Did Lee sign it?
Yes.
The planning commission had to sign off on it.
Yes.
Now, once Yuns approve it, then you all sign off on it, but it has to go back to the sewage authority.
okay,
For them to get Ethan his sewage permit.
all right,
They'll send it off to DEP, Tom Wright will send it to DEP.
Yeah.
DEP will send us a letter, and
Right.
then we notify the utilities.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll put the process down.
Yeah.
Okay. Dave?
Yes.
Oh, yes, Mr. Prescott?
Yes.
But tonight, we need to sign it.
Yeah.
Page 6.
The following companies have completed their work on projects in the township and have requested their road bonds be refunded. Valentine Troyer, Staley Road, Tunnel Ridge, Buck Run Road, $3,000 each. Motion to approve the road bond refund to Valentine Troyer at the amount of $3,000.
Ed, were both these roads returned in the same condition they found them?
Yes.
Okay. I move that we approve Valentine Troyer.
Second.
How you vote?
Mr. Healy?
Yes.
Vote yes, Mr. Prescott?
Yes.
Motion to approve road bond refund to Tunnel Ridge in the amount of $3,000.
So moved.
Second.
How you vote?
Mr. Healy?
Yes.
Vote yes. Mr. Prescott?
Yes.
Danielle Baldwin, who operates a daycare center on the second floor, has requested a desire to expand her program and would like to rent additional space. It has been proposed that the township consider renting the entire second floor, with the exception of the furnace room, for $1,200 a month. Motion to approve entering a 3-year contract with Danielle Baldwin for $1,200 a month.
Speaking with Danielle, it's a little more space than what she's wanting right now, but it's my recommendation that we rent the entire floor to them because of the number of small children that are up there, and that renting it to anyone else for any other purpose may present an issue with I'm not sure what the regulations are, but being around the kids at that age. John, what's the regulation?
Yeah, you have to have
Clearance
be
is
cleared to even be around them.
Yeah, so I would recommend this. I didn't mention to her about a 3-year contract, but I'm gonna throw that in. And this is, an as-is condition, that we're not guaranteeing that we're gonna make any further modifications. And if you'll accept those terms, that's my thought on it. Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Second.
And that's if she accepts a 3-year contract.
Right.
How you vote?
For Freely?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Prescott?
Yeah.
Question.
There is no question, JD.
Okay, clarification. Did she, I couldn't hear Doug back here. Did she request a 3-year contract?
No.
Or did you?
I did, yeah.
What's the reasoning there?
I just, if she's gonna make any improvements to those facilities, she needs to know that she's going to be there more than 1 year.
Well, she's.
Yeah, we're not, she's getting them as is. We're not gonna do any, at least I'm not gonna vote to do any more improvements than we've already done.
What did she want, month to month or yearly, or what was she requesting?
She just wants more space. She's out of space, and when they start using more space, they just don't start using it. They have to go through this, the state inspector has to come in and approve the facilities to make them suitable for, say they're suitable for children or wherever they're going. So it's gonna be probably some improvements necessary for those approvals to be made by the state. And I think we've already made a lot of improvements upstairs, and if anything more is necessary, I think she needs to know that she needs to do that, and she's gonna be there for 3 years, so it'd be more likely to be willing to spend extra money.
Thank you.
That's my line, just my line of thinking on it.
Additions to the agenda. Any correspondence?
Give you the general correspondence first. This is everything here not requiring any action. This is a letter from the insurance company that says they're gonna pay us $804.50 for water damage at the sewer plant for when the pipe burst. This is from the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection regarding the Buck Run Restoration Site number 2. We have a newsletter on municipal services from the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation. We have a DEP letter on it's an addendum application. I'm not real sure. Okay, this is the Pennsylvania American Water Playsville tap. And if they want to make some changes there. This is from CNS Gas regarding the Colvin, the Colvin pad or Colvin acreage in West East Finley Township. Range Resources. And it looks like Noble, the Great House Noble Unit 4H, and they're asking for some signatures, and I don't think that this is something that we need to execute without legal counsel. A letter from PSATs asking us to pass a resolution to prohibit Category 4 casinos. And I don't know enough about it to pass a resolution. Letter from Tetra Tech regarding the Carpenter to Hunter Pipeline Addendum. Columbia Pipeline Group regarding the purchase of the Constant Stappy #1 production well. Letter from SWN regarding the Marlin Funka property, and I'm not even sure where, West Finley Township. Or Macaulay property from SWN in West Finley Township. SWN again for the Susan Schofield, Caulfield, property in West Finley Township. Any opinion on that? Pretty good.
Let the solicitor look at it.
Yeah, sort of a, some sort of a lease. And, I think it's something that's, somebody with a better background than us need to look at that. Letter from HMI, or HMT, I guess, HMT Engineering and their proposal of services that they provide. These are agenda items. Yeah, approve that. That's still on hold, okay. Nothing in there. That's all correspondence.
Approval of the bills list. Monthly bills list has been submitted for approval. Motion to approve bills and sign checks.
So moved.
Second.
How you vote?
Mr. Healy?
Yes.
I vote yes. Mr. Prescott?
Yes.
The board held a public workshop on the 2018 budget. The preliminary budget is presented for adoption. At this time, it is recommended that current staff reductions on the road department, police department, and office departments be continued until such time of the financial condition of the township improves. Motion to approve the preliminary 2018 budget and advertise
We
its
have
availability.
copies of, that's what's in this new pile up. Did everybody get copies of it? You want copies right there? Pass those out, Sharon.
Availability for public inspection prior to the adoption of the final budget 2018 in December.
This would be a preliminary budget, and certainly between now and when we put the action on it in December, December would be a final budget. This is just something, the working copy that we need to work from. And as numbers become a little more clear and available, they can be substituted into here.
You make a motion?
Sharon, anything you want to say about the budget, just in general?
No, I did what I could do as far as everything. I mean, there's things that you had questioned before,
Right.
and I have the printouts of those ones that you questioned.
Okay.
If you just want to go
Yeah.
through that, because I didn't do anything with those.
Yeah, well, we'll leave those with me. I'll take a look at them and I'll pass them on to the,
Well, I have 3 copies
Okay,
just
well,
for
yeah.
you guys. I
Yeah,
figured
that's
you
fine.
didn't need it.
and between now and we do the final budget, we can take into account some of those items that we asked for clarification on.
Make the motion.
Yeah, I'll move that this be adopted as a preliminary budget, and then between now and the meeting in December, we can polish it up and put in and exchange some good numbers if somebody need moved around. Some of these numbers we're just now getting some idea of what they're gonna be and what's gonna be available.
No, second.
How you vote?
Mr. Healy?
Yes.
Vote yes. Mr. Prescott?
Yes.
Okay. Motion to advertise the proposed amendment of ordinance 20-2, salaries and compensation, chapter 87 of the Donegal Code, to establish the monthly pay of township supervisors at $25 a month.
Where are you?
that an increase or?
No, that would be decrease. I would recommend that that's probably a little bit low. $75 would be probably more in line.
What is it at this time?
$1,875 annual.
How much per month now?
$150 a month then.
150 something and change.
Thank you.
Do we need to attach an effective date to that?
No, the ordinance, you know, you're amending the figure in the ordinance, it tells you what the
Okay.
effective date is. It'll be effective
I
January
didn't know
1.
you guys got paid.
Yep. Big money.
We're on the school board. Believe me, I slept so good at night, that was damn.
I don't have an issue, I just,
I said, do you want to read it how you want it?
no, I just put amend chapter 87 of the Donegal Code, that's all, it's ordinance number 20-2. I think it makes sense that we've cut every department, and we need, you know, the supervisors need to do their part as well.
So how much are you getting now?
We get, it's $1,875 annually divided into 12 payments.
What does that mean? in-
$150 some dollars.
How much?
150 some. Yeah, that's correct.
So is this rate cut gonna take effect immediately?
Takes effect in the 1st of January.
Well, then it won't really be a cut because
You should bring your
You're
checks
at-
back on this year if you want to vote in for next.
but you're adding 2 supervisors, so it's gonna end up being the same amount anyway. Correct?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Where the increase
I
is.
just
It'll still be a net loss, but not by much.
Right, because they're getting half, but they're adding 2
I'll make that
supervisors,
motion.
the same amount of money.
I'll second it.
Yeah, I figured.
How you vote?
Questions?
They don't take their question.
There is no question, JD.
Different.
Yeah, because it's blank.
You changed it.
No, it's not blank.
No, but you changed it from the, so he's allowed to ask his questions.
Okay,
That's the decision
okay,
of the
Kathy,
chair.
I'm glad you have all the answers. Go ahead, JD.
You're welcome, I'm glad
She has the
somebody.
correct answer on that one. You guys are gonna do what you want, and that's fine, but we all know there's a change in the guard coming. You're passing